Here's a challenge for you. I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about those moments when you feel like you are your best self. What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with? And then I want you to think about when you're being not your worst self, but your default self. The self that you are when you're not making conscious choices. When you're just letting yourself be carried by the tide of everyday mundane life. I don't know if those two categories are useful for the rest of you, but they're certainly useful for me. It's September 12th, so we're more than a third of the way through the month, and I'm starting to feel that mid-month slump. I'm starting to wish that I had clever video ideas. I've been at my new job for a week, and I'm starting to get a sense for the routine of things. I'm back to commuting, which I don't love, but I'm used to. And I'm thinking, as I often do, about David Foster Wallace's commencement speech, "This is water." There's a line towards the very end of the speech that always catches in my brain. In fact, I quoted it in an email I wrote earlier this week. David Foster Wallace says, "It is unimaginably hard to do this, to stay conscious and alive in the adult world day in and day out." It's what I'm trying to do with you right now, looking into that camera lens. To make a decision, to do something, to think about something specific, to share those thoughts with people, instead of just coming home and collapsing onto the couch, throwing on some Netflix show so that there's noise in the background while I scroll through Instagram on my phone. There's another line that always sticks in my brain. It's from Sunday in the Park with George, and in fact that show has a lot of lines that stick in my brain. But one that I quote often is this. Dot says, "The choice may have been mistaken, the choosing was not." So when I think about those two categories, my best self and my default self, my default self is the one that is too tired to make choices. My default self is the one that does the thing that's easy, chooses the path of least resistance. I don't think that this is bad necessarily, not all the time, but I do think that it's a dangerous mindset to get stuck in. My best self, conversely, is the one that's making choices. Sometimes that choice is fairly simple. Sometimes it's as easy as shutting off my phone and really watching the movie I'm watching, choosing something to pay attention to. Sometimes that choice is to go for a jog when I get home and feel tired, because I know that I actually won't get more energy back from sitting on the couch. I will get some energy back from forcing myself to get out of the house and move my body. If I'm scared of anything coming into this new full-time job that I've got, it's not the job, it's not the commute, it's not fitting in. It's the fear of what a 40-hour work week does. It's a fear of not having enough time or of not being able to use that time wisely. I remember thinking towards the end of high school and then again towards the end of university that I had better make as much stuff as I possibly could, that I wouldn't have that kind of opportunity ever again. And I'm not going to. Life is never going to be the way that it was then. But it'll be this. It'll be a new normal. And I'll find ways of carving out time for creativity in my life. Just you watch me. Fellow VEDSies, I hope all of you are surviving this mid-month period. Maybe you're feeling the slump, or maybe you're just getting started. I can't wait to see what all of you come up with for the rest of the month. Remembering to stay conscious and pay attention to things, that gets me through my days. What gets you through yours? Hey, you guys want to say hi to the camera? Hello. Yeah. Hi, Buster. Yes. You're such a good boy. What have you been thinking about lately? Ash, what's been on your mind?
Calculus.
Calculus.
Good.
Wow.
Go out, baby.
Bye!